Welcome back. Let's find out if we've gotten anything wrong so far. For that, we go to TV's Andy Levy. So, Andy, what's going on?
Greg, I assumed you were referring to the classic horror movie 13 Going on 30, in which an old gypsy puts a curse on a 13-year-old girl who wakes up the next day only to find out that she's a 30-year-old woman who's married to Ben Affleck. Truly a cautionary tale for our time, Greg. 13 Going on 30 ends with the girl decapitating Affleck and spending the rest of her life rotting in a cell in a woman's prison in Decatur, Illinois, where she is eventually shanked and dies a slow and painful death. That's how I remember it anyway.
Wow. Andy, that's not what I was referring to. I was just asking you what was going on.
Oh, not much.
Oh, okay. I'm definitely renting that movie tonight, though.
Yeah,
yeah,
it's quite something. Yeah, it's a great movie.
That's hilarious.
Wisconsin, Nick, you said you got a press release. I think it was a press release that compared Governor Walker to Hilter.
Yes.
They were probably referring to Mr. Hilter from the old Monty Python sketch.
That could well be.
Yeah, that's my guess. It was actually a good reference rather than a misspelling.
All right, when you Googled Hilter, how many options did you have, Andy?
What's that?
When you Googled the name Hilter,
I didn't have to Google that. That was a great sketch. I remember that sketch. You
Well,
don't remember that sketch?
Don't second guess the Teamsters.
He's living in a boarding house in England?
Yes.
No, I don't know that one.
All right.
I hate Monty Python fans.
Okay. By the way, did anyone notice in that video with all the Hitler and dictator signs, there was one that said, I think it was death to dictators, and then the person scrawled political over the word death? Like just
a change of heart.
Nice save. No, it was a nice save.
Yeah, change of heart. I do like the fact that when you looked at the signs, they're different sizes of fonts because they suddenly realize they've run out of room, and then they get them smaller and smaller. It's like the guy that used to write messages on the outside of the envelope when they wrote a letter to you because, oh my God, I almost forgot.
Well, like if you're writing a postcard.
Yes, exactly.
Gentlemen, those were isolated incidents. Wait, hold on. Yeah. I'm getting a word from our producer. The Tea Party trademarked isolated incidents, guys. That side cannot use that line.
Did not see that joke coming.
No, you did not.
Wow.
Yeah. The king of relativism.
Remy, you were right to be skeptical of Greg's figure of $4 million a year for teachers' total pay packages.
Yeah, numbers are not my strong point, but
yeah,
I sensed something was off there.
Yeah, no, it lacked the ring of truth. The average teacher salary in Wisconsin is around 50 grand, jumps up to around 70 grand with benefits.
Still a very good
income. But at 9 months.
Yeah.
For only 9 months. So if you had the 3 months, again, $4 million.
And those unscheduled days off to go protest to get more benefits.
Yes.
Also, let's not forget that this is Wisconsin. You can buy a mansion there for $5.
Yes.
And a coupon.
Yeah. But their mansions are made of cheese.
Yeah, the places are awesome.
Which is
Even
good
better.
for the first couple of years.
Yeah, the problem is you have a lot of mice.
Which is also awesome.
Yes.
They're like little mini dogs.
Pat, I appreciate that you bashed the DNC and unions, but I have a question for you. If the you from when you worked for McGovern and Jimmy Carter came to the future and met the current you, would he punch you in the face?
Probably. No, yes, he would give. No, I give you good advice. No, the thing is, the unions and support McGovern, they fought us every inch of the way. Are you kidding? I mean,
were they Humphrey people?
Get your
Muskie
history
people?
straight, Andy. They were the enemies of the people in the streets.
Really?
There you go.
Okay.
Careful what you do.
All right. By the way, I figured out why the Dems chose that clock tower resort to hole up in. It's got a 60,000 plus square foot indoor water park.
Really?
Yeah. How fun is that?
Yeah. That is fun.
Let's get that. Mideast dominoes. Greg, after talking about Bahrain and Iran, you asked, quote, did I also mention Yemen's current explosion and the growing uprising in Libya calling for the overthrow of transvestite dictator Muammar Gaddafi? Did I? I'm not sure. I'm on a lot of medication right now.
Yes.
I'm worried about you, man.
I know.
Is something crawling on your head?
No, there was I saw like a piece of hair hanging out. Is it just me?
I think it's just you, dude.
They're maggots, Greg.
Oh, I think.
Oh, a little church mouse is crawling out.
Oh my
of the
goodness.
hole.
They're maggots, Greg.
Yes, they are maggots.
That's from the hotel. It had bed bugs and
you see that?
When Gaddafi's on the show, does he get the leg chair?
Yes, he does.
Depends if he's waxed.
Oh.
Well, it does.
Remy, you said if democracy happens in any of these countries, it's not going to be peacefully. But we should note that after 2 protesters were killed earlier this week in Bahrain, King Hamad bin Isa Al Khalifa apologized and gave every family in Bahrain 1,000 dinars.
I don't know what a dinar is and what the equivalent that is, what amount that is.
Well, let me put it this way. They now all have iPads.
Yeah.
No, you're catching me with my hand on my nose. Hey, here's my point. That's an interesting point because the reason why you can do that is because Bahrain's, what, 3 times the size of Washington, D.C., and it's got about 750,000 people. So the guy can afford to give each person, and I don't know if that's, here's the thing, I don't know if that's going to make them happy.
It's about $2,900, by the way.
Yeah, but the fact is, that's not a lot of people.
And I also don't.
That's not a lot of people.
Yeah, you don't see people giving away iPads in D.C.
No, that's true.
Yeah, but I also don't think that that means we're going to see peaceful change. It certainly doesn't seem that way today.
No, I agree with you.
All
I
know
just
is
wanted to
it's
point
all
that out.
I hope that we
control
did.
now.
Yeah.
Andy,
50
Yeah.
years.
where are you?
I'm right here.
Okay,
I've always been here, man.
I know.
Yeah.
Control.
You're losing it.
Yeah, I never had it. Nick, I agree with you. We need to be supportive of the citizens of countries who are trying to end dictatorships, but unlike you, I'm completely pessimistic that this will end well for us.
Well, you know, it worked well. Well, when you say for us,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
For America.
You know, how could it get worse? I mean, our interventions
God.
in the Middle East haven't exactly turned out all that great to begin
Oh, my
with.
God.
I have a feeling it could get a lot
Oh,
worse.
my God.
Yeah, maybe.
But I still
I-
think we need to support the people trying to overthrow dictators. We need to stop propping up dictators.
That's right.
Specifically,
'Cause that
the
doesn't
Muslim
work for
sisterhood.
us
By the
either.
way,
We've got
we
enough
need some more
bastards in
democracy
America. We don't have to
That
be
would be helpful.
supporting them
We
overseas.
could use some democracy in America, really. You know, it would be helpful.
The two of you, Nick and Pat, by the way, it's like noise canceling when you both talk.
Could probably read and write. What are you doing? I can't help.
Greg Alog Toyota. Greg, you said safety experts along with NASA have found that there were no electronic flaws in the cars. And their conclusion, the most likely cause of all these accidents was pedal misapplication. And Nick said, yeah, there's nothing wrong with these cars. But the report did confirm two safety defects, sticking accelerator pedals and a design flaw that caused accelerator pedals to become trapped by the floor mat. So it's not just driver error. They did find flaws.
Yeah, there is. I mean, the thing is, whenever you have a floor mat, that's a problem. Everybody experiences
Tell me
with that.
about
That's why people take their floor mats out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remy, you said it's bad that companies are always blamed for things like this. This is how you pay your bills. Are you kidding me?
Oh, come on, Andy. You better get your facts straight before you say things like that. I don't sue people for a living. You know that. I defend the wrongfully accused. And I enforce
You
and
better get
uphold
your
all the
facts
rights.
straight, counselor.
I don't sue people for a living. I'm a defense attorney.
You defend the
I just
guilty.
think that
You defend the
before-
guilty. That's what you do. You defend the guilty and you keep them out of jail and they go on to kill again.
This is like a bad Aaron Sorkin sitcom.
You know, Andy.
He responded with a sneer.
I know.
You're screwed.
Just lastly, Watson wins on Jeopardy. Bill, you said, wouldn't it be cool if Watson had Rosie Perez's voice? My question is, how did IBM not get Douglas Rain to be the voice?
Why? Well, he also, my big thing was IBM still exists. Yeah. That was surprising to me. They're going to need that $1 million they won.
Well, it was all punch cards. That's what's really impressive is that they were feeding punch cards in the back.
His UNIVAC dad was watching in the audience. Very happy for his son.
How did you not know IBM still existed?
Huh?
How did you not know IBM still existed?
I don't
No,
know.
it's over for IBM. Andy, sell the
thank
stock. It's not coming back.
All right.
It's more like just BM, Andy. More like just BM. yeah. You sit and you think about that, sir.
I have a better idea. I have a
You
better
don't come
idea.
here
I have a
and
better
just
idea. I'm
blindly
done.
defend IBM.
I'm done.
to
I
this
am
panel.
done. You
Not
sit
on my
there.
watch,
I am
sir.
done.
Not on my watch. All right, good.
Is
The
Pat
air is better in here now.
is Pat Caddell dying to invite me skiing this weekend? I hope so. I just bought new poles. But first, what's so special about an orgy of the rich? For starters, it's an orgy, so that helps. Well, Detroit is finally getting its wish, a magic carousel made of talking candy. But also, I speak of plans for a statue honoring the city's most famous crime fighter, which is RoboCop. The whole thing got started last week when Detroit Mayor Dave Bing rejected the statue idea on Twitter. Since then, a group of locals have raised more than $50 grand via Facebook and an online fundraising site. Now the city is studying how it could accept and display the statue. Of course, we must discuss blah, blah, blah.
Stories we sort of like, but not enough to include earlier in the show, but still wanted to talk about, so let's really quickly do them now.
Pat, this is the lightning round. Is this exactly what Detroit needs?
Exactly. It's perfect. It's their future come to life now.
Yes.
The future is now.
Yes. Nick, could this turn the city around?
Oh, certainly, and I think when RoboCop takes the Jeopardy championship away from Watson, you know, Detroit's back, baby.
That's true. And Remy, as long as it brings people together, perhaps it's a tourist attraction, why the heck not? Makes it a good thing.
You knew exactly what I was going to say. I think this is a beautiful thing. People are coming together, raising money for something that they want, and they're going to accomplish it.
Yeah.
They have no jobs.
That's what. Yeah, and exactly. They need the industry itself to upkeep RoboCop would create thousands of jobs. Bill.
Detroit needs RoboCop, not a statue of one. They need about 8 of them, Greg. Having said that, I am actively pursuing legislation that will get a statue of Ferris Bueller in every suburb of Chicago. I think it's a brilliant idea.
Thing is, I saw the movie RoboCop. It doesn't end well for RoboCop, so I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
There's like 3 RoboCops. It couldn't have ended that bad.
I don't know. I just thought.
It wasn't so hot for Detroit either.
Yeah. All right. A small Mexican brewery is now bottling a beer targeted specifically at the gay community. The company says its Purple Hand and Salamandra beers have a slight honey flavor and will soon be shipped to the U.S. and South America. Nick, my feeling is this beer, it will be used to signal to other men that they're gay. Like, hey, look what he's drinking.
There's no other way.
There's no other way.
To signal that they're gay.
With that great handkerchief shortage in North America, what can you do? You need to drink a particular.
That ended years ago, right?
You ask Bill.
Okay.
Ask the McGovern campaign manager. What I'm waiting for is, screw everything gets the gays get everything. When are they going to make a white Zinfandel for heterosexuals?
I love white Zinfandel. What
delicious.
does that mean? What does that mean? Pat, do you think this will be a success or total flop?
What do I know? I mean, I don't make anything about nothing gay anymore because after what I said about Paul Krugman and all that trouble I caused, I'm not doing. I'm doing nothing.
But that was true.
I like the honesty. I'm not commenting on this because I don't want to get in trouble
anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Remy, necessary or unnecessary? Do sexual orientations need their own alcohol type? I don't know.
I don't think it's a matter of need. I think it's an interesting marketing technique, and I don't know if it's going to catch on. But I don't know if a lot of heterosexual men are going to want to drink it. So the market might be small.
What about women?
Oh, they will, and then the next morning they'll say, "Oh, the labels were shifted." You don't know what.
I didn't know what I was drinking.
I was confused. I changed my mind.
I was experimenting with beers.
I was experimenting with beers.
Little did I know.
Yes, little did I know. You can't tell my wife, whatever you do. Hey, Bill, there's still, with this progress, this wonderful progress, there's still no beer for sequential hermaphrodites like yourself. You must be outraged.
We drink white wine spritzers, so it doesn't matter.
No, really.
Secondly, didn't they try this already and call it Zima? It didn't work. It didn't work.
What was other?
I didn't realize you were such a fan of Zima.
There was a Zima period in my life. I will say this. There was like, hey, let's try something new. Let's try a Zima.
Zima drinker until graduation.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, so it's just junior year.
No, that was a hell of a.
His roommate was a Zima. He had no choice.
I couldn't afford spring break, so I drank a case of Zima in the basement. My shorts.
I'm not sure where this is leading, but does anybody else remember Zima Gold?
Yes.
No, I don't remember Zima Gold.
I think I missed
it was
the
only the
title.
champagne of Zimas.
All right, I got to move
This
on.
guy.
Don't know my mind.
This week, a group of weirdos disrupted an auction at Sotheby's auction house. Stop laughing at me. Auction house in London. They were protesting the government cutting funds to art programs, calling their demonstration an orgy of the rich. They should have called it the worst protest ever. You know what I like about this protest, Bill? The reaction of the people who sat there nonplussed, going, why do we wealthy people have to sit through this?
If you want to get a reaction, don't go to Sotheby's.
Yeah.
The most they'll do is raise an eyebrow and perhaps a monocle will fall out.
Yeah.
That is it, Greg.
Yes. They might bid on you.
Yes, exactly.
How much for the drooling man?
This is where
That Latino fellow looks available.
They would have, if those good protesters in Wisconsin who are so colorful had been there, they would have gotten a reaction.
Yeah.
They would have sold those signs. They would have started bidding.
They would have been more than
They needed a couple of Teamsters.
They need some Teamsters out there to back up.
They could have taken the deficit down.
Where's the signs? Where's the sign? It's not an orgy of the rich. It's an orgy of the Hilters.
Yes, it is.
Doesn't the orgy of the rich sound like a party your friend Richard would host?
I didn't get invited to.
Remy, come on in, weigh in on this. Should have been more fun, orgy of the rich, right?
Yeah, not exactly what I thought we were going to be seeing. I'm not sure why they chose to call it that. But what did they have to be upset about? I mean, really.
No, if I were their parents, and I saw them protesting at Sotheby's, I would cut them off. I'd go, okay, money's bad. We're taking away your cards. Money is bad. You have fun, begging on where's the street in England? On Great Tottenham
Nothing
Court
Street.
Road. That's what they're called, aren't they? All right, it's time for another break. Where am I? When we return, another Gregalogue, a good one too. Now, if you don't know the name Nur Rosen, count yourself lucky. He's a jerk. Even he knows that. But here's some backup. After it was reported that correspondent Lara Logan was brutally sexually assaulted in Egypt during the celebrations, Rosen unloaded some repulsive tweets about the incident. To sum them up, he made fun of a woman who was viciously sexually attacked. And that splattering sound you hear, that was Nur's career. Once his nastiness had been exposed, he quickly had to resign his position at NYU. Then in an interview, he explained why. U.S. academic establishments are already under attack from the right, and my center at NYU stood to be harmed by the pack of dogs sent to take me down. Yeah, right, you resigned to save the college. So you're an ass and a liar. But it gets worse. Nur says, quote, I think certainly my tweets have been unfairly attacked and blown out of proportion, and I was not aware of the right-wing attack machine waiting to take me down. Had I been a right-wing writer, I doubt this would have happened to me. Oh, okay, so you're the victim here. Nur, let me point out that it wasn't the right who was offended. It was the world. I never heard of you before Wednesday, so there's no conspiracy here. Anyway, maybe that's too much for you to bear. Knowing your repulsiveness transcends ideology. My advice for you, stop giving interviews, stop writing articles defending yourself, just shut up. Anyway, Red Eye wishes Ms. Logan well and hope Mr. Rosen finds a place in the universe that matches his talents. We'll close things out with the post-game wrap-up from TV's Andy Levy. And to see clips of recent shows, go to foxnews.com/redeye right there. Don't forget to see me on the O'Reilly Factor Friday at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Coming up tomorrow on the next Red Eye, return appearances from human rights attorney Brooke Goldstein. We've got Fox News Channel anchor Greg Jarrett. Look at him. He's happy because he's between them. And author and columnist S.E. Cup. By the way, Pat's complaining that he's not on tomorrow night's show in front of the beautiful Remy, which is disgusting.
And the beautiful Bill.
And the beautiful Nick.
What's that?
All right, I guess I should go back to TV's Andy Levy for the post-game wrap-up.
Hey, Remy, you going to be on some boring network soon?
Yes. Thank you so much for asking like that. Monday, I think that's the 21st of this month, I'll be on CNN Headline News with Nancy Grace.
Ooh, what case are you going to talk about?
Not sure,
Is it
but
going to involve somebody dead?
I will be bringing the defense perspective to it.
Yes, but be sure, don't watch Mr. O'Reilly. Watch that instead. Whatever.
They're on at different times.
Can you talk about some old Scooby-Doo cases or maybe Hardy Boys? That would be fun.
Hey, it was always Old Man Carruthers.
I know, for Scooby-Doo, yeah.
Old Man Carruthers.
Yeah.
Or the professor.
Hey,
Or
Nick.
The professor.
Nick, I have a question for you that was sent in by a fan. What's the maximum amount of revenue as a percentage of gross domestic product the federal government can spend in a year and still have a dream of balancing the budget?
You know what? That's a fascinating question, and I'm going to say that it's about 19% historically over the past 60 years. That's been the average that the government has brought in. It's not going to max more than that. We got to spend 19% if we want to have a balanced budget. Check it out at reason.com, the 19% solution. A good way to balance the budget and maybe save this damn country from turning into the next Bahrain.
Wow.
I like your style.
So the 19% solution isn't just like a strong dose of cocaine.
That would be very nice. And now I forget. You know what? Let's forget about the budget and let's just buy a bunch of cocaine.
There you go.
Screw the country. It's party time.
And move to Bahrain.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat, what you got? What's coming up?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know anymore. I'm just babbling anymore. This is,
Yeah.
No, the country's I decided we're done.
You're fed up?
The country's done. It
Are you
came
fed
to me
up,
the
Pat?
other day, and I said, "Oh gosh, I'm done. I got to find something
You
else."
just want people off your lawn at this point.
I
don't you?
just want to deal with media matters. I just want to one day have a chance. To
You can get one of them electric fences. It's sort of like a cattle prod. Really gets those young ruffians. Yeah.
Going back to my roots.
You are adorable.
Back to you, Greg.
Pat Goodell is adorable. Bye, Andy. Remy Spencer, always fun. Bill Schultz, you're disgusting. Nick Gillespie, a delight to have you here. Pat Goodell, you are awesome. Enjoy that water. I put something in it. Greg.
No.